Happy 2020, everybody. I hope you had an amazing New Year's Eve, that you're all safe and you're not like hurting today, and that you're ready for this new expansive year. We are in such depths of change. And what I really want to talk about today is the energy of these planets that we have in Capricorn are about releasing old structures, old self-limiting beliefs, and restrictions that we've imposed on ourselves over lifetimes, including this one, and stepping into our true authentic power. And in that authentic power, that comes to me, it's like from the soul, like your intuition. That is your soul's guidance. Whether you call it intuition, your higher self, a gut instinct. Personally, when I follow that, things are always great. When I don't, it's just like crazy. And I came out here to like shoot the video, and before I even turned the camera on, I heard this hawk. And hawk is the messenger of God. I can still hear it in the background. But as I'm getting ready, they just like kind of flew over the house, and I watched it. There's like two of them that I know for sure live in the woods across the street. And that's powerful. So, we are part of God. We're part of that one fabric, source energy, God, creator, creatrix, whatever you want to call it. And following that guidance, the inner guidance, the heart stirring, the pull from your like solar plexus, that's who you are. That's your intuition. That's like your higher self trying to prod you. And I'll tell you a quick story. Years ago, when my daughters were little and they were in school, we were living in this big, like long ranch style house. And I was cleaning the rooms, and I had to go into the second living room, which was on the far side of the house, to get something. And I walked past, and there was one of the shoes was in the middle of the room, and I heard my higher self, my intuition, you can call it what you want, say, "You better pick that shoe up before somebody trips over it." And I totally blew it off. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'll get it later. I'm busy." Off I go and do my thing. What do you think happened when I went back towards that room? Yep, I tripped over it. And I was so humbled, but I was so grateful, because I literally dropped to my knees, which I still do when something amazing happens. I just drop to my knees and I'm like, "Thank you, Goddess. God, thank you, for showing me that there's a better way than my head, my ego that thinks things have to practically be this way and they have to look a certain way," which is also a lot of the astrology now. If we still think that things have to be a certain way and look a certain way, we're stepping out of that. I mean, the Capricorn energy is old structures, old systems that are crumbling. The patriarchy, the banking systems, self-limiting beliefs. Right now, there we have Mercury, which is the mind, the Sun, which is our consciousness, Jupiter, which rules expansion and higher learning, esoteric learning. Think of the archer shooting, the arrow, the centaur. And we also have Saturn, which rules Capricorn, and so it's time, karma, in the physical body, rules the teeth and the bones and the spine. And Pluto, which rules the underworld, it rules Scorpio. It's about going into the shadows to release the things that are not working anymore, the things that have held us back, so new things can be birthed. So all of these energies are in play right now. And Saturn and Pluto were in Libra, which is a sign of partnership and relationship, in like 1982, 83. And we're closing out that 37-year cycle. And now they're in Capricorn. It's like time to release like misuse of power and control, and stepping into, they're gonna start shifting into Aquarius, which is about the community. It's about like the other and other people and working together. And there's nothing more potent than your soul. So I say that because right before I did this video and that hawk was flying by, I also had tarot cards, and I'm holding my camera so I can't like shuffle cards. But I was asking, what's the best card that I could pull for the reading, for this? And it's the World. It's from the major arcana. It's like, having the world, like your inner world, following that guidance. Look at that. We have Aquarius and Leo, the man and the lion. And then we have Taurus, the bull, and Scorpio, the eagle, the fixed signs. Here goes that hawk. See it? Look. Can you see it up there? Yeah. So like paying attention to who we are. And right now with this energy, we're to step into our authenticity of who we truly are. These planets are there for a reason. They're not just in the sky because, oh, look, we can see it with the naked eye, or isn't that cool? They're there to help shift us, because we are part of the collective. They're part of us. And this is a huge wake-up call. The next eclipse is coming on the 12th of January, and it's going to set the tone. Like, it's almost like the door, I don't say it's going to be rigidly locked, but if you're not in place and you're still trying to go back to the old ways that you've been doing things that are not working, And it's clear they're not working, because I'm sure you've had plenty of signs that that energetic can't like survive anymore, but you're still hanging on to it. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be pretty. It's so funny. I was watching the Leo King today, and he was talking about Uranus, which shakes things up, and it's in Taurus now, which is one of these signs. It's the bull. It's the fixed sign. And it's all about self-value and material possessions and, like, you know, solid earth. It's the first earth sign. That if you're hanging on to all that stuff, it's like, he described it as like two old beaters from like a hand mixer, like going up your butt. Like, that would not feel good. And, you know, you have to be willing to look at things with fresh eyes. You know, don't just like jump to the next thing because, oh, it's kind of easy, and, you know, I'm just going to do this and that job or that geographic or that new partner because the other shit was too hard, and I just, you know, this makes more sense logically or whatever. Where's your like intuition? Where's your true heart? Find the people that resonate with you. Find the tribe that lights you up. Find your soul tribe. Find your family. Like deep, like relationships, not superficial. The superficial shit is done. Like, we're done with that, you know? But if you're still going in that realm, I think you're going to have a hard time. The Aquarian energy that's going to be stepping up too is like, it's so community based. It's tribal. It's like what you do helps the other people in the group. It's not just about you, you know? So when I pulled this card, the world, I'm like, yeah. To me, this screams like it's the fixed signs. Fixed, they're hard to budge, but the deal is, to me, this screams like fixed in your world, your inner world, that's always there. It doesn't mean that you can't shift and change, but what I read from this when I asked that question was, your soul is eternal. It's like the solid piece of you that can never change. You're going to grow, you're going to have different experiences, but it's that part of you that's always there. And you can tap into it anytime. So do you trust yourself? Do you listen to yourself? I'm going to tell you, from the day that I tripped over that shoe till now, which was the 20 some odd, 30 years ago, I always pay attention. I don't care if I'm walking past the counter and there's a cup sitting there and I hear that voice go, you should push that back before somebody bumps into it. Like, I do. I'll back up like this and go, oh yeah, let me push that cup back, you know? And things are always cool, but when I don't follow that guidance, oh my God, it's insane. Like, I can go into stories of big things that I've decided not to maybe pay attention to because on a practical level, it didn't make sense, or logically, but I didn't listen, and then I kind of got screwed. And I screwed myself. It wasn't somebody putting the screw thumbs to me, you know, or thumb screws. It was me not paying attention to the guidance that I was getting, that I receive. If it's your guides, your angels, your fairies, whatever you call it. Now is the time to step into your authentic self. So, we have 364 more days to go. And I plan on rocking the hell out of them. And I hope you have an amazing year. Much love, everybody.